はい、おはようございます。株トークの坂口です。本日もよろしくお願いいたします。まず、レーティングの方から、5333、日本返し、みずほ証券が中立から買いに引き上げ、目標株価2150円の据え置き、それから、イビデン4062、投資判断、イコールウェイトからオーバーウェイトに引き上げ、目標株価4600円から5000円、そして5253ですよね、5253カバー、オーバーウェイト継続、目標株価3900円から4700円。
It is time! Talking to White Man Chris Remember for rapper quoting name is said by sell to seller of course not said by much difference and then the lightning round is over. Are you ready, Ski Daddy? Time to the right now, Chris. Let's go with Brett in Louisiana. Brett!
A South Louisiana Mardi Gras booyah to you, Chief.
Frankly, that's a true booyah. That's where it's from.
You know it. My stock is Celestica, a key supply chain efficiencies partner.
It has come into its own in a way that I cannot believe it, and everyone's piled in on it. Now, because of the fact that we got that downturn, you're going to get a chance to buy it. It sells at 22 times earnings. I want you to wait till it's at 20 times earnings below the S&P, and you pull the trigger. That would probably put it at, I'd say, $80. Let's go to Jack in Ohio. Jack.
Hey, thanks for helping me out, Jimmy.
Of course, Jack. Absolutely.
Hey, buying for the dividend, and it's on a pullback. Is it okay to add some shares? KEY, Key Corp.
KEY, okay, so Jeff Marks and I were kicking things around. I said, we got to own more banks. We got to maybe own BMY. And I said, how about Key for the Travel Trust because of that dividend? You're onto something. I like your thinking. We had Chris Gorman on. Seems like a terrific guy. Let's go to Chris in New York. Chris.
Hey, Jim, what's going on? Quick congrats to you and a shout out to the Birds for bringing home the Super Bowl.
Go Birds, thank you.
I watched your interview with Vlad Tenev from
goes into effect March the 4th. Mexico and Canada, 25% also effective from the same day. How are you impacted by the tariffs? How are you placed in terms of your manufacturing around the world?
We're very fortunate. Lever Style has a business model geared towards solving the versatility challenge. And we have an asset-light business model with production right now in 6 different countries, and we're constantly expanding. And with our business model, we can move production from one country to the next relatively easily. We're quite well placed, when there are these changes. Obviously, when we need to change things, there are operational challenges, but those are sort of relatively easily solved, and we can help our clients move production around to cater to whatever the U.S. president wants to do.
In terms of your manufacturing, you are heavy in Vietnam. Are you able to share where else that you guys are currently busy?
We're also producing in China, of course, in Cambodia, Indonesia, Bangladesh, and India. Right now, we're producing in 6 countries, with Vietnam being the biggest one. But these things, can easily change depending on how the geopolitical winds blow.
One of your clients of your 150 experienced bankruptcy, but you were able to win back a business concession from the new owner of Bonobos. You've highlighted that this could be not a trend per se, but in terms of the industry, we could see more bankruptcies come through. Give us an outlook of the retail sector.
The retail sector is, I think, consumer spending in the U.S. is still growing, but I don't have the data to prove it. But it feels like it's really based on experiences, traveling, food and beverage, not buying things, especially fashion and apparel. That seems to be stagnant, and so brands are finding that challenging. So there are always winners and losers. And it just feels like there are more losers right now than winners.
And I know you for many, many years, and you've always been acquisitive ever since you guys became a listed company. What happened in 2024, and are you talking to anybody right now?
Yeah, we're always talking to a lot of different companies, and we feel that could be a good match for us. And I think last year we weren't able to close anything because of valuation issues. But I think owners will have to accept the fact that in our industry there is no valuation. Even us, which is probably one of the fastest growing companies in our sector in the world, we're trading at basically 5 something, less than 6 times price earnings. And so in our industry, there's just no valuation.
In terms of acquisition targets, what are you looking after? Is it maybe a category product line that you aren't producing now, or would it be more on the side of manufacturing?
There are basically 3 things that we look for. One is product know-how. The other one is client base, and the third is production base. So, for example, if a company is already producing in, let's say, Sri Lanka, where we're not in, that would be of interest to us. And then good clients as well as product know-how. For example, if we want to go into footwear, we're right now only in apparel, but if we want to go into footwear, we'll probably do that through acquisitions.
We're watching the trend of artificial intelligence. Curious to know how AI fits in with Weaver Style.
Well, we're trying to apply it. So, for example, like reading invoices, how do you train AI to read invoices, or packing lists? How do you create packing lists or read packing lists using AI? So we don't, there's a lot of information management required in our business, and the more we can automate that, the better we can perform for our customers.
Stanley, great chat as always. Thank you very much for coming to speak to us.
Thank you, Emily.
We've been speaking with Stanley Sito, Executive Chairman of Lever Style. Sri, it's back to you.
Emily, thank you very much indeed for that. Always great to catch up with Stanley. Great interview. Thank you, Emily. On this week's Managing Asia, Christine Tan speaks with the Group CEO of IHH Healthcare, Dr. Prem Kumar Nair, and asks him how he's navigating the issue of medical inflation and whether they can pass on higher costs to patients. Take a listen.
The short answer is we can't pass on.
Not at all.
We can pass. Okay, so typically medical inflation is higher than consumer price inflation, right? Because of the technology we use, the very expensive gadgets, very expensive consumables. So medical inflation is very high.